Good evening and welcome to Knox Makers. It's Tuesday night, and as usual, we do show and share with all kinds of things that we have made or making or made and didn't quite make the grade. So we like to see all kinds of things, whether it's in progress or failures, because we can learn from those. So it's a great time. We're here every Tuesday, and thanks for joining us. Before we actually get to the show and share, I'm going to have John Dale fill us in on the Dogwood Arts Festival, where we had some people participating, had a great show there of our members, and so I'll give it to him to tell you all about it. You and me.
Yeah, so everyone knows what the Dogwood Arts Festival is, right? This year we partnered with the Maker City and the Dogwood Arts to do what's called a maker experience, which was a corner where it was more interactive for the visitors to, when they came, they could actually make something instead of just looking at all the beautiful art and buying it, which is also nice. We had quite a few Knox Makers people who were involved in that, and I just wanted to recognize them and the time that they volunteered to help make it happen. There were a lot of people that did workshops and demos, and Knox Makers was most of it. And so I just wanted to list off the things that we did and recognize them. Joe Hall did a demo, a beautiful dogwood flower with metalworking, which was very well attended and loved. Andrew did a blacksmithing demo, which was okay. Greenho did a workshop on a stool making, which a lot of people went home with a beautiful stool. A lot of stool jokes as well. Sue, Thea, and Amy, all three, did the crochet dogwood flower, which a lot of people loved as well. Laurie did a demo and a workshop. And then by my surprise, I ran across Keith Bryant, who had a booth there that was selling his stuff. And he makes the artwork out of bike parts. So I'm sure you all have seen the show and shares that he's done here. So I just wanted to recognize the people that gave their time and volunteered to help make this partnership that we had with Maker City and Dogwood. They were thrilled with it, and we'll probably do it again next year. So.
Thank you, John Dale, and thanks all of you makers that get out there and let the community know that we're alive and well and making stuff. I'm going to vary a little bit from the order that things were where we signed up, because we have a lot of lightsabers. So we're going to do non-lightsaber things, and then I'll basically just turn it over to Neil, to, he made a lamp. I can't believe he did that. Out of a plunger, of all things. Gee whiz. Anyway, so we're going to start with Brian, who's going to give us an update on his Happy Coat version 2.
All right, everybody. I've got my version 2 jacket. I supersized this one so it fits me. I basically used a white top sheet from Goodwill, whopping $1.99, tie-dyed it indigo. I used a pair of blue jeans, and the hard part was getting the right length, but I was able to cut out at a weird angle the length that I needed, and I used that for the collar material. I did buy the liner, and because I thought it looked nice, I liked it. And what I'm real super happy about is how the detail on the sleeves turned out. It's got this this different multi-Asian style or Japanese style fabrics. And I just kind of used them like patchwork and put them together and put them for the spot on the inside. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, it fits me. So it may not be a lightsaber, but it is probably closer to like what Obi-Wan would probably wear, right? He needs a robe.
Are you gonna model it?
I'm not gonna model it. I'm gonna pass it on so people look at it though.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brian. Okay. Amy, yeah, there it is. Amy has what she calls a danger noodle. Be careful, be very careful.
Hi everyone, I brought in quite a while ago a snake that was a danger noodle that was half finished. Since I was wondering how to put a little rattle in the tail, and a couple of people, Steve included, no, mostly Steve, recommended these fishing lures that have they're glass and they have little, I think they're BBs in them, and if you shake them, they rattle a little bit. So I went to Bass Pro Shops on the way to work one day. I had to ask for help, and he asked me what I was looking for, and I literally could not describe it because I know so little about fishing that he led me to the wrong place first, because apparently I didn't ask for what I meant to. But he led me to the right place eventually, and I just after I sealed up the tail, because I was too impatient to wait, I just shoved them in through some of the stitches, and now it's a little rattlesnake. And that's it.
Thank you, Amy. That's a very cute little danger noodle. The only, pardon me, the only other thing we have on the list are lightsabers, and we got a lot of those. So I'm going to have Neil come up first, announce the nature of the competition, details, etc. And if you would like to introduce lightsabers as well, you can do that too. Here's the list.
Never take away from you what you do.
Again, you mean? Yeah, right.
Well, I'm really happy to say that we have 8 outstanding lightsabers out there. And after we're done with show and share, and they will be put back on the table so people here, non-members, will have a chance to go out there and look at them. And we will have ballots that you can vote for which is your favorite lightsaber. What will happen now is tonight, after everything is done, I'll wrap them up, put them somewhere safe, and then Sunday afternoon, they will be on display again at the Makers Market, where the public will once again have an opportunity to vote on them. The person who gets the most votes is going to get a nice award next Tuesday at Show and Share, which is when we'll announce the winner, and they'll take home 100 shares of Empire Death Star stock. No, they're going to be getting $100 real cash. So, and one of the things that if you're new here and you're not familiar with what all this lightsaber hubbub is about 2.5 months ago, someone reached out to John Dale and said there was a student who was making a lightsaber and wanted to know if there was someone who could help him with the hilt on it. And I was just lucky enough to be the first person to see that and grabbed it up real quick. And after that, there's 3 or 4 more members who said, hey, I'd like to do that. Sounds like fun. Well, I wasn't going to share that one because I'm kind of stingy that way. And but what I did like the idea, because so many people were saying, hey, this sounds like fun, I want to try it too. So we started coming up with the idea of this lightsaber challenge. And having 8 of them out there tonight, really outstanding lightsabers. I'm glad to announce not a single one of them has exceeded the rules. But then again, there were no rules. So the makers really had a chance to go out there and show what they could do. So if you would, if you got a moment, go on out there, look them over again, ask me for a ballot, I'll give it to you, and you will have the opportunity to vote on your favorite lightsaber. We also have a great thing happening tonight that the young man, Porter Kennedy, who started all this and is responsible for it, is here, and he's going to show his lightsaber and tell us a little bit about what he's doing. And then everyone else is going to have a chance to show their lightsaber. And again, if you can, keep it to 3 minutes, please. I would appreciate it because I didn't bring any pajamas with me tonight and would like to get out of here at a decent hour. Now, I've already come up with my idea for next year's challenge. We're going to see who can make the best lamp. Russell?
Twist the knife, pour salt in it. Ugh, man. Okay, first, let's do, is it Porter? You did the first one, right? So let's look at Porter's, because he's the one that kind of got this kicked off, and we'll check it out and move down the line. Come on up, Porter.
Hello, I did not expect to be speaking here when I got here, but apparently I am now. So, yeah, basically, I really liked spinning lightsabers and dueling with them, but I really wanted to build something that wouldn't break or wasn't too heavy to do that. So, something I thought would be a cool material would be carbon fiber, and I really didn't know that the Knox Makers even existed until this project, and I have to thank Neil a lot for doing most of the woodwork on this. That it looks really good. I could put it on here. And
it was Porter's design. I just followed the instructions.
Yeah, okay.
So we can. It's all the way out. That's all we got.
Yeah, you can sort of see what the hilt looks like, but basically,
Carbon fiber?
yes, the blade is carbon fiber. I just ordered this online, essentially, and I actually haven't tested this out yet because originally when it was built, I put it in wrong and the epoxy didn't dry properly and it broke. But Neil was able to fix it really well, and I actually haven't tried this because the epoxy dried like 30 minutes ago, so we'll see how it spins.
Thank you, Porter. Next on the list is Sue. I can't wait to see a fiber art lightsaber.
Well, this is one of my entries. I'm calling it Thumb Wars. Right? Thank you. So, yeah, I'm most proud, I think, not so much of the crochet work. Oh, yes, I was fortunate enough to get #1. Keep that in mind, #1, I'm going to win, right? No, seriously, though. I was most happy with doing the hands, the prop that are holding them. I have been saying that I'm trying to force myself to learn Inkscape, and this was done on Inkscape. And then I drew on some of my arts and crafts from years gone by and pulled out some chalk to do the shading. And I think it came out quite well. But, yeah. And hopefully I'm under 3 minutes, because that's all I got.
Is that it? Hey, you did good.
All right.
Nice job, Sue. I like it. Okay. Ooh, next is Dan, who I know is handy on the lathe, who's going to show us a lightsaber.
Thank you, Russell. I decided that I wanted to, well, actually, Neil let me know that he expected me to do one. So I was actually intrigued by it anyway. But so what I started out with is actually a piece of walnut. Let's see, zoom. Okay, so I started out with a piece of walnut, and of course it was square, made it round, and then I hollowed it out by, first I used a Forstner bit. It didn't go as deep as I wanted to go, so then I got that spade bit. It didn't go as deep as I needed to go, so I had to take it out, turn it around, do the same thing on the other side. But I wanted to put a piece of maple to go all the way through it. So then I had to get another bit that was longer, and the only thing that we had in the shop that was long enough were the old, I keep forgetting words, the augers, yes, an auger. So I had to actually hold the auger at the end because, you know, an auger bit will not fit in a normal chuck, or a Jacob's chuck like that. So I had to have the lathe spinning and push the auger in, which took a while. And I didn't hold it as straight as I thought it was. So when I moved to the next step of that, oops, then, come on, phone, wake up here. There we go. In order to get the maple to stay straight, I had to rig up some clamps and metal to actually put some pressure on it. So that part there, I actually had a clamp squeezing it. And the reason I did that was because I was going to put epoxy in it. Oh, come on. Sorry, my phone's not cooperating. Once it had epoxy in it, that's what it looked like after I took the clamps off. So you can see some epoxy ran off of it, had to start turning and everything. I pulled the maple down to seal off that end, and some of it still leaked out. And then I trimmed off the excess. And then that was the only picture I took of it on the lathe. But here's the finished product. So you can see I've put some dye in the epoxy. So because of the size of the bits, this section right about here is still pretty, it's walnut and the maple. So the epoxy didn't go all the way through. The epoxy is only this part and this part. But then turned it, put a little design in it, did some cutting there, and then finished, did some sanding, took the wood down to about 600 grit. The epoxy I took down to about 7,000. And then the wood is finished with walnut oil, and I've got some CA glue, especially down here, because I couldn't get the 7,000 grit down deep enough. I think the furthest I went with that was at 1,800. But yeah, so it was kind of fun. I do know there's some other things that I would do differently, and I'm kind of thinking about it, especially because I know one of the entries has electronics in it. I was thinking about doing that with this, but didn't have the time. But I might do another one like this where I put the electronics in it.
Is that maple under the epoxy, in the center of the epoxy, or is that just epoxy?
There is maple in the center. You can see a little bit of it there, but it's about 5/8 diameter. So, but this, I mean, so what you're seeing here is one piece with this. And it goes all the way through. So, it was kind of a fun project. Yes, Sue?
Did you have to use a different gouge for the epoxy versus the wood? Or type of gouge?
I did change gouges, but it was more for it wasn't necessarily because of the material. So I used, for this, I was just using a parting tool. And that was cutting through the wood down into the epoxy. And then because my hole wasn't as straight as it should have been, I had to cut deeper, but it still looked pretty good. So if you were to look closely in there, you'll see, yeah, that's a little varied. But for this right here, I did change to a carbide, a round carbide tool, just because to get the shape I wanted, I didn't really have a other tool that I knew would be as close that. And then I did use a detail tool to, this actually kind of cuts back in some, so, as well as up in here. So, yeah, I've probably used about 5 or 6 different types of turning tools to do that, and then the sandpaper. So, any other questions? All right, thank you.
Nice work, Dan. Next, Fulton has a lightsaber.
I'll try to talk fast. So this is Cal Kestis' lightsaber from the Jedi games, and it's all 3D printed. This is PLA, so it's nice and hard. This part's made of TPU, so it's flexible. And for the center, I used PVC pipe, so everything's nice and strong. Have some other pieces to make it double. Also have a blade. Lights up. Sure. So you just flip this switch to turn it on. And I have a button here. Make a boot up noise. And it has something a lot of Disney lightsabers don't have, which is smooth swing. So if I turn it slowly, makes slow noises and fast. So it's really smooth. And a good thing about 3D printing is you can integrate threads. So this part can screw out. This part can screw in. I have 5 different sound fonts in here, so if I double click the button, I can switch, get green. There's a Kylo Ren one, so. You can also make flashing. And this is my favorite, I bought this one, it's a Darksaber. And you can also mix and match them, so you have red, you hold the button. Oops. You change the blade flicker, different sound fonts. Yeah. There's also a bunch of other things, like you can press the button to deflect blaster bolts and all kinds of cool stuff. Oh yeah, so it's there are about 3 different soundboards I could choose from, but I chose the Verso, which is a beginner one. So I 3D printed the whole chassis, all the electronics. So there's the soundboard. I think it cost about 40 to 50 bucks when I got it.
What kind of LEDs are you using?
They're NeoPixels, so I think there's actually 288 of them in here, and each one can be individually programmed if you wanted.
Very familiar with those,
Yeah.
How'd you make the spindles for your 3D prints? Was it by
These?
default program or?
Yeah, I got the files off Thingiverse and just modified them to fit all my stuff together. Yeah.
Always had issues with spindles myself. I'm
Yeah.
curious. How do you want to do that?
This is made out of polycarbonate, so it should be pretty strong. Won't go anywhere.
Is that solid poly?
It's a tube. I have the lights in here with packing film to dilute it. Yep.
Nice. All right, very nice work. Dan, Fulton. Okay, next we have Joshua, who has, actually this one is a little different. Lightsaber, best one.
So I'm not really that good at public speaking, or I haven't really tried that well. So I don't really know how to start this, but this is, see that? See that pretty well. I'm number 7, by the way, for that person. So I have 2 pictures. This is well, not usually. This is that? Okay, it is. Can't really see it that well. Hold on. That's February 13th, and it just started out as that. We bent a regular pipe and metal pipe, and then we got some parts from Lowe's and I sandblasted them, and we cut some things up, and then a couple days ago we welded it all together and put some leather on it. And then there's the little welding bead there for a button. These for that part. I don't know what that's called. Oh wow, I can't see anything. Sorry. And I don't really. We just wrapped it around it, really. Not really the best with leather work. That's more of a question for my dad. Oh, sorry.
And you captured it under this thing again?
It's a little knot type guy.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm. Any questions?
How much time did you spend on it? I know it was broken up all together.
About 6.5 hours, maybe. About, give or take some. A lot of it was planning out as well, so.
Oh, a lot of that.
I don't know. Oh, I guess it's Beskar, so Beskar is probably a pretty strong one. Another, wait. Oh, never mind, keep clapping.
All right, very cool. I like the curved handle on that one. Yeah, that is very cool. Okay, now we have Daryl, who has lightsaber.
Hello. All right, so it all started with a pipe. So when Neil announced this, I made a quip that, I'm blacksmithing. I can't really hammer a lightsaber together, so I'll submit a pipe. And then I was in. Then I was like, oh, well, I'm involved in this thing now. So I had to follow through and make a thing. But that's what it started with, was just a piece of black pipe. Here I've drilled some holes in it, which became these holes. This bit is in the middle, so there's a twist. You can see here, that inner kind of cubey kind of twist. That's how you start that. You cut a bunch of different slots in this piece of square bar, then you twist it, and it looks like magic. It's fairly easy though. So. Next, I needed to weld. So at this point, I messed up because I had intended to have this piece with the circles, and then the second half was going to be slots, and you'd be able to see the twisty bit through the slots. But I messed up cutting those slots and wound up just lopping that bit of metal off. It's like, I can't have that, it's no good. So I had to figure out what to do, and I thought, well, maybe if I've got a twist in there anyway, so what if I also had a twist going around them, right? And so I've got, there's the little, the rod that was twisted, and then these bits were twisted. And that was a real pain to do. I did it wrong a couple times. I spent a lot of time on it. I was real frustrated. I cussed and fussed, and I was really tired of this competition. I was really done. But finally, 2 weekends ago, I guess, I came in and was able to pull it all together and did a little bit of welding, a little bit of twisting, a whole lot of polish and shine, and there's lots of flaws on it, but it came out okay in the end. So it is, I will tell you, number 6, not number 9. And it was so hard. I really need your vote.
Yes, the sympathy vote. All right. Okay, last but not least, we have Mr. Greenhoe with a baby lightsaber. Actually, it's just a lightsaber. He just happens to have a baby.
That could be anyone's child. All right, so the one thing people have been discussing is how they made their lightsaber, what it's made out of, but you really need to put in context who's using the lightsaber and in what time it's being made, because they're made for different things. So I was making Anakin Skywalker's 4th lightsaber. So when Anakin was very small, he built this lightsaber, which is a child's lightsaber. Kind of sucks. Everyone agrees about that. It's got all the little doohickey things on it, whatever. Didn't work out very good for him because he lost it. He lost it when he was like killing all the people that, like did stuff to his mom, but whatever. Don't worry about it. It's a happy time. So anyway, that one was built out of fear and out of like spare parts. Nothing all that great about it. So about the time that he lost that one, the Clone War had started, and then the reason that you would have a lightsaber changed drastically. So before it was just like kind of a showy thing, like, look, I'm like good with stuff. And then now they're like, okay, now someone's shooting at us, so this needs to have like ways to make the blade bigger, smaller, we're actually like fighting. So he built this one here, okay? And that worked great for him right up until he got all of his legs and all of his arms cut off, because apparently it wasn't that great. Now, fast forward, that's the one that Obi-Wan took from him at that point and then gave to his son Luke, who lost it getting his hand cut off. So not a super great track record. So anyway, knowing how good that one was, 2 arms, 2 legs, and 1 hand, when Luke became Darth Vader, he made this one here, which, I'm sorry, the movie came out in the 70s, it's fine. So he made this one here. So now it needs to represent wartime, but from the dark side. Also, because he no longer has, real human arms, he needed something that was both larger, heavier, wider, and because he's evil, it's also bigger and blacker. Take that for what you want. So he designed this one. Okay. He lost this one at the time that he died, right? But because he's like a Force person, after you die, you turn into like a walking, glowing balloon, right? You've all seen the movie. So at that point, the Clone Wars and all of the conflicts, the rebellion, like all of that, it's all over. So now we don't need something that is ready for war anymore, okay? At this point in time, if you follow me, the kyber crystals are very difficult to get. So a lot of people are, converting to the synthetic ones. You get the girl the synthetic one. She's like, "Is it real?" And you're like, "No, it's not." So it's like a whole thing. So people start looking for like alternative crystals to put inside of them. So So we have that to consider, and then we also have to consider just like use of materials. So, you know, the first one was made out of spare parts. The second one looked like it was stainless or maybe chrome, you know, but everyone's got this thing about chrome, you know, it's bad for the environment and everything. And the third one comes out and he's like, I'm evil, we can make this thing out of depleted uranium, it's totally fine. They move on with their life. When we come to the fourth one, now he's like trying to get like more in tune with the force. So he really needs something organic. And then when you think about like a ghost, they probably can't lift that much, so you need something that has a high strength to weight ratio. You follow me, right? Okay, so what I built for him was a walnut lightsaber, okay? And instead of the traditional crystals, we went with black peppercorn. So it actually... You can check it out. It's kind of cool. So, thanks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There it is. There it is. Oh.
What number are you?
I'm number 8, I think. Yeah, 8. Oh. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. From the back, actually, this is kind of a cool looking part. So if you've ever used a pepper grinder before, they usually make the knob in the back very easy to get to, and that's, you know, I mean, it's a lightsaber, you know, so like usually not taking it apart in the middle of battle or anything. So flip this thing. Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Do it on the camera.
Yeah. So P stands for pepper. I don't know if you can see that really well. P for salt and pepper. So this pops off, and then it just goes in there. No, we got it. No, we got it too much. But this is kind of a cool looking piece, though. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my lightsaber.
Okay, we have one more that didn't make the list, but we've made an exception to the rule so Jerry can show his, I assume, a lightsaber? Yeah. Okay.
Quite often I end up at Joann Fabrics, standing in line. I don't know why, but this last time I went in there and I go, oh, I like that. So I went and got this. And it even, so it's a lamp. So I entered it as a joke. So if you vote for number 3, it's not going to count. Okay? Yeah. Okay, if you vote for 3, it's going to go to 1. So thank you.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. All right. Neil, thank you for making the lightsaber hilt competition a, you may say one more thing, as long as it's not about a lamp.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Okay.
I know you're tired.
I'm not that.
I would be really wrong not to mention Sue, who's been very helpful in keeping me on track. Otherwise, you would have seen a lot of cheesy stuff that I would have brought in. But I thank Sue very much for everything she's doing. And tomorrow she will have, after I get her all the photos and everything on the Lightsaber Challenge channel, is where you're going to be able to see the photos. Members, that's where you're going to be voting. Public will be voting with ballots, as I said, tonight and at Sunday's Maker Mart. And I think I saw a hand come up.
Are votes more important than everyone else's? Are votes more important? Do they count for more?
I'll get back to you on that one. So anyway, again, thank you, Sue. Thank you, everybody. Was wonderful reactions to everything. Thank you.
And I must say thank you, Neil. In case you hadn't heard about it, there's an event this weekend. Anybody know what it is? Leaky knows. Yes. Makers Market is this Sunday, May 5th. Between now and then, we need to clean the shop, and once we clean it, keep it clean, because we'll be doing tours, people will be coming through. I think we've got probably one of the cleanest maker spaces ever. I was in the Seattle Makers space last week, and it's nice, it's big, but man, we're so organized, so tidy and clean. I'm just very impressed with how you all keep things the way it ought to be. So we would just want to put on a good show. There will be lots going on Saturday in preparation. So if you can come Saturday to help, we would really appreciate that. One thing we need to do, and I need some volunteers to help, actually probably 6, so that we can move the cover for Thunderdome, which is actually going to be a dining fly across to where it lives. No?
Sorry, update on that.
Update.
Update. We have a 10 by 20 canopy coming.
Yay.
Yay. So, but we'll need help to put that up.
Okay. Oh,
So we're not moving Thunderdome.
we're not moving. Oh. Well, I'll still fix it, though, because we might use it for something. Yeah, we'll fix it. All right. So, great news, new canopy to eat under, which reminds me that don't do anything that would cause it to rain. Don't wash your car. Look on Mattermost to look at the things you should avoid so that it won't rain. Aliki, do you have any words you would like to say regarding the Makers Market?
Actually do.
I thought you might.
So I know that a lot of people are asking on how to volunteer and how you can help. All the ways that Russell just said is very important. Keeping the shop clean. The day of, if you are looking to help out, there's going to be a lot of need early on, meaning from 9 to 12. And then again for the cleanup, but lesser so afterwards from, I would say from 5 to 7. So if you're looking to volunteer and you don't necessarily want to spend all day listening to me, be me at a fair, then you can prioritize, but we'll need more help up front than we will at the back end. So if you are looking to help out, I know that I will be here by 9 a.m. I will most likely have some donuts and some little snacky snacks for those of us that show up early. I don't really expect a lot of vendors until around 10 a.m. and that's when the real magic happens. But there's a lot to do to help get signs up, making sure everything is ready, marking places off so people know where to park, giving out directions for certain duties like for parking or for the tours or whatever it is. So there's a lot going on ahead of that, but at 10 a.m. folks start showing up, and then we'll need help with booth setups, running around, and all sorts of, basically see a need, fill a need kind of work. So I appreciate all of your help. So either just show up early, show up all day, or show up in the afternoon. But either way, I'm very thankful for all of your volunteerism to make sure our event is successful. Thank you, thank you.
And I want to thank Aliki for making she's put so much work into this, and we really appreciate you. Yes, we love you, Aliki, and everybody really, so many people put so much effort into this, and we really, 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 really appreciate it. Speaking of volunteers, we have a kind of a permanent person to do the air conditioning filters, Kristen. She's actually not here this week or next week, so we do need somebody to change these filters. We also need to change the filters in woodworking, and I would love if we could get a semi-permanent volunteer for that area as well. Just let me know if you'd like to take on that little job. It's a 5-minute per week job, and you would be designated air filter prince or princess. Filters are, okay, filters are, there you have it. We have to say hi to Dodie because I know she's watching, she always watches. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
Cardboard kill switch?
Oh, cardboard kill switch. Isaac, can you tell us about cardboard kill switch? You know a lot about that, right? Okay, thanks.
So if y'all missed it, John Dale and I led a couple of classes. We built with our participants 10 monstrous kill switch robots. This is a new class of kill switch for us. The cardboard is intended to be more fragile, cheaper, faster, easier to make, more destructible. So we're hoping that we're going to see some real carnage out of this. We've got the kill switch trailer all tuned up and ready to go. The fabulous Tracy Baker has been redoing the aesthetics on that for us. And we're looking forward to watching those robots beat the snot out of each other during the market. So that is an additional thing. If you've not seen Kill Switch before, if you've not seen Thunderdome in action, it's really quite fun. The Thunderdome trailer, as far as I know, is the only hobby-level combat robotics trailer with lethal hazards. Thunderdome has got a flamethrower. It's got a pneumatically actuated bed of nails. It's got pneumatically actuated pinball flippers with spikes on, and the terrifying pneumatic sledgehammer. It's all very noisy, it's all very exciting, and the hazards are controlled by children in the crowd to whom we give the controls. And so while the robot combatants do duel with one another, the children will attempt to murder everyone, and we will scream very much. So if you were not already coming to the market, surely you want to see that. So the idea of cardboard kill switch in part is just to get us back on the kill switch pony. You know, we were intending that we were going to do kill switch combat every year. COVID screwed us up. We're trying to get back on the train now. And so kill switch cardboard is going to get our appetites collectively whetted. And this fall, in our fall maker market, which will be our first night market, we will do full kill switch, which will be heavier, more lethal, more terrifying robots. Also fighting to the death. So very good stuff. Please come, please scream, please watch. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Did you have something, Wes? Who is that back? Oh, neat. I got two. Okay. Sean.
After the cleaning as well, we'll be making little items for the maker capsule machine.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be up on the dark.
Yeah, the maker capsules that go in the quarter machine. We need to make things to.
Have a sticker maker, so we can make.
A sticker maker, we can make some stickers and whatnot. And you had something in the back?
I'd like to believe I could enter a lightsaber if I made it before the end of the show here.
Sure, let's check it out. Let's see it.
So 2 months ago when Neil proposed this idea, I was like, I got plenty of time, no problems. It'll all be good. I got a whole bunch of ideas. I'll work on them all. And then the last 3 weeks, I haven't been home for a weekend or most of the nights, and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I made a really cheesy attempt at a 3D printed one. It never quite came together. It actually has a, hang on. We got a flashlight in there because I don't have as cool of a setup as Fulton's. I like his a lot better, so this is just horrible. But tonight I was actually planning on being at softball, so I was already getting ready to apologize to Neil because he's like, you got to make a lightsaber out of wood. I want to see you doing something. I'm like, yeah, I don't have time. I'm going to be at softball. And then it rained today, so softball got canceled about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we chunked up some walnut. And we made it's kind of horrible to see on the camera there, but we made a walnut and maple lightsaber. So there's my entry. I have no number, so I don't know how you vote for me, but that would be, huh? It actually is all walnut. This was painted, so if you come up and try and touch that right now, it's still wet. Like I said, I just made it. That's why I went last. I was trying to give it a time to dry before I set it on everything, but this is actually just layers of wax. Gilding wax. There we go. That's the word I was looking for, with some different colors on there. So, and then, the top is painted with great paint for wood, sometimes called unicorn spit. Gives you a glittery kind of color on it. So, there's my entry. All right. Thanks.
Until you showed the one in wood, I was not going to give you a number.
Right? There you go. See? You shouldn't.
Yeah, I get it. Very nice. Okay, this has been a terrifically fun night. Thank you all for being here, participating. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. Lightsaber Hilt Challenge, the market. As Aliki says, Saturday morning, if you can show up, that would be terrific. Appreciate all of our volunteers. And we will probably be able to pay a little, probably about the same that we paid you last year. So that will work out really great. And if you made a lightsaber and you win, you actually get $100 American. So that's a good thing too. Okay, is that it? That's it. Let's go make some stuff.